In this video, we're going to take a look at how we can create and modify analytical views for a structural project in Autodesk Revit. To start with, I'm going to take a look at my first floor. I have this top of slab first floor, but I also have this level 1 analytical that is showing the analytical model. What I would like to do is to repeat the same sort of process for the top of footing level. So here I have the top of footing. I am going to duplicate this view. So I will right click on it in the browser and choose duplicate view, duplicate with detailing. I'm then going to go ahead and rename it to top of footing dash analytical. Then I'm going to right click on the view name, select apply template properties. Then I will apply the structural analytical stick template to it. Now when I click OK, I can now see the analytical components are available. I'll repeat the process for the roof. Here's my roof view. I will right click and duplicate it with detailing. I will rename it roof dash analytical. Right click on it, apply template properties, then structural analytical stick. Then OK. Now you can see the analytical model in here. This, of course, is to set up to do some structural analysis in a later step. Next, I'll take a look at a 3D view, view 1 analytical, and currently I'm just seeing the structural model, but I can also see that there are some analytical components in here as well. I'd like to go ahead and display only the analytical components. I could do this by applying a template as I did in earlier views, but for this one I'm just going to do a temporary override. So here in my view control bar, I'm going to select temporary view properties and temporarily apply template properties. I'm going to select the structural analytical isolated 3D, then click OK. Now, similar to a temporary hide, I've got temporary view properties applied, and I'm only able to see the analytical model. We'll change a couple of other settings here as well. Each of these members has a start and an end. So we can see the start alignment and the end alignment. And it's hard to tell which is the start and which is the end. So we're going to adjust our settings. I'm going to go to the Structure tab. Then I'm going to click the drop-down arrow in the bottom right corner of the Structure panel to open up the Structural Settings dialog box. I'm going to select the Analytical Model Settings tab. And at the bottom of this dialog box, I'm going to choose to differentiate the ends of linear and analytical models. Then click OK. Now for each of these members, it will show green on the start point and red on the end point. I can also display a local coordinate system on each member as well to help me know which direction is X, Y, and Z. So for that, I am going to open up my Visibility Graphics dialog box. You could type VG or choose it over here in the Properties. Then switch to the Analytical Model categories, expand Analytical Beams, then turn on Local Coordinate System. Then click OK. Now I have my red, green, blue icon to indicate which direction on each of these is positive in the X direction for the red, green for the Y, and blue for the Z. Finally, we're going to set up some load cases and load combinations here. We're not actually going to apply them and test them just yet. We'll do that in a later lesson, but we're going to set up some loads for some snow and wind. I will switch to my Analyze tab. Then I will select Load Cases. Here you can see I already have several different loads, including dead weight, live loads such as people moving around, wind, snow, etc. We're going to create another one here for a snowdrift. So I'll start with the snow one, then I will select duplicate, and then I will just simply rename it drift. You can see that since I started with the snow, it automatically has the nature and the category set correctly. Next, I'm going to create a combination of loads. I'm going to switch to the Load Combinations tab. I'm going to add a new combination. Before I do that, I'm going to stretch out my name column so that I can see the name when I add it. Currently it's new combination 1. I'm going to add this to dead plus snow plus wind. So we'll calculate all 3 of those. Then I can come down and create a formula to apply some scaling factors to each of these items. I'm going to add 3 of these. Beginning with dead load 1, that will be a full 1 scale factor here. Then for snow 1, we're going to have a factor of 0.75. Then for the wind, we'll have a factor of 0.5. Next, I'll go ahead and add in my load combination usage here in the bottom right. I'm going to call this combined dead plus snow plus wind. And then I'll go ahead and check to set it. Then click OK. So that allows me to set up some loads. In a future lesson, we'll take a look at how we can go ahead and apply those loads to our analytical model. That concludes this look at creating and modifying analytical views in Autodesk Revit.